Hi, it's Brian here on Colouring Tuesday. What I thought I'd show you is one of the meditational sheets that's in the book, and I'll have a go at colouring it. Let me just take the camera down so we can have a look at what I'm doing. And this is actually on a card. I printed it out, but it's from a book. And the idea, as you can see, the size of the actual colouring isn't that big. What can I put there to show you is my iPhone. That's an iPhone Plus, to give you a sort of a size comparison. Yeah, so the idea is, the reason it's not really big is because it's not designed for you to spend weeks and weeks colouring it. And there's a lot of white space as well in some of these pictures, so you can add your own elements to the picture as well. But anyway, I'm just going to have a crack at having a go at colouring. So I'm just going to find some skin tone colours. I'm going to find a light colour here, and I'm using these. Oh, I can't even remember the name of them now. It's not really focusing there, is it? Yeah, they're refined colour, Marco. They're those cheapy pencils. So let me just have a go. I'm just going to put down some skin tone colour. It doesn't really look like it's laying. It's just so very light. So it is going down, so you can hardly see it. Maybe I should have picked a different colour. Yeah. Just want to put down a little base colour. I don't know if you can even notice that colour there, but it is going down a little bit. It's just really light. Wow. Yeah. The idea of doing, when you do these meditations, is they each come with a food for thought, as it were. Something for you to sort of think about whilst you're colouring and ponder on. I call it pondering. And in the book I actually include my pondering, what I sort of was thinking about, or some sort of guide for you to think about whilst pondering. This one's called Cutting Cords, and there's many books written about cutting cords. And excuse the noise in the background, that's my dad calling the dog. It's always the way when I start videoing. The house was empty. As soon as I press my record button, the house fills up. It's like a magic button. Anyway, yeah, so cutting cords is, how can you explain it? It's like, say you had a row with someone at work, or you had a row with someone in the family, and you dwell on it. You've taken ownership of it, and it's like you've got a cord on you, and it's just constantly draining you, and it makes you keep reliving it and rethinking it, and it just drains you of energy. It's just a weight. It's not serving you at all. And there's loads of books written about this, and they call it all different things, but the best book I read was when it was referred to as cords, because you could sort of picture these cords attaching themselves to you, and draining you. So you need to cut these cords in order for you to release, basically. So yeah, but it's not always easy to cut a cord, because sometimes it involves forgiving, and someone might have really upset you. So you know, you're not really going to be in the mood to forgive them. But you've got to, I think, say to yourself, that when you forgive someone, it doesn't mean you're building a relationship with them. You don't even need to talk to them and say I forgive you. It's really for you. It's you, your energy. So you forgive them, but you don't have to go and make a relationship with someone in order to forgive them. You just sort of forgive them and move on, basically. That's blending pretty well. You sort of see it a little bit more there now. Yeah, because if you don't do that, then it's just going to be lingering with you for forever. I mean, it can go on for years, couldn't it? These sort of things. You just move on and release it, cut that cord. And but it's not always easy. And I've been there. Now, this. It's like armour, but let's make it colourful armour. I'm going to go for this sort of colour. I'm going to put down a base again because that's how I like to work. At least we can see this colour. Yeah. I mean, chords don't always have to be negative. Some chords, well, they are negative, I suppose, but some of them could be, you know, not necessarily for someone. It could be for something. I mean, it's just a way of looking at it, really. Also, when you colour in and you're doing it for meditational reasons, it is good to ponder on a particular thing. Otherwise, your brain, because it's relaxing, you sort of don't want to use it for solving puzzles. Like, when you can use it as an opportunity for solving a problem, but if you're doing a meditation, you really want it to serve you for recharging that energy, connecting. So rather than start thinking about things, using the opportunity to think about work or something, ponder a specific topic. You don't have to, I mean, pick what I've done here. I've pre-picked it. You can't just get a colour in and just write down what you want to ponder, like gratitude or something. And just what we feel to put next. Let's go for that one, I suppose. I could have picked a darker one there, actually. I did actually put all these in number order as well, to try and help me. Yeah. And that way your brain, you're sort of being proactive with your meditation. You're not just going into it and you know, just hoping for the best on something. You're being very proactive with it. It has to be perfect with this colour, and the idea is not to make it perfect really anyway. I'm just going around the edges really, just to give it a bit of depth, and I might put some odd dark bits on top just to make it look like creasing. Like that, and I'm going to make the belt dark. Like so. Some people go over the top with the original colour to help it blend better. It's actually quite good. It does actually work. It blends it in really nice. They call it sealing or something like that. I don't know. Voila. Let's do a chord. And we'll just add some energy there. So it's not totally in the line. Yeah. Could add a bit of red around the outside bit. Don't know why. Just feel like messing it up a bit. Make it really glowy. I suppose you could do with some orangey colour. Forgotten where that went now. There, 25. I've got an orange. Yeah. Really messing it up, ain't I? But you know what? It really doesn't matter. Yeah. So, as I was saying, yeah. So you just sort of ponder on your keyword and what it means to you, and maybe even in this case think about what's on your mind, what's sort of sticking with you and draining your energy, because people can attach chords to you by saying the wrong word to you in the day. They say something and it just sort of affects you because you take some sort of ownership, and when you take ownership of something, it means that you have some sort of agreement to what they've said. So hence you take ownership of it and you ponder on it and it upsets you. So that's how some people attach the ownership, attach the chord to you, and yeah. So this gives you a sort of opportunity. I'm going to give her blue hair to think about what's attached to you. You know, what have you taken ownership of, and then just release it, because it's not serving you it's not serving you to keep, you know, pondering on it all the time, all day. Oh my God, blah 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 really upset me, and blah blah blah, I've said this, and you sort of have what's the word? It's like an injustice. When something's injustice, your ego mind goes crazy on it. So you're better off just sort of forgetting about it. And the only way you can do that really is to forgive it and let it go. You know, and it's really hard, but that's what you need to do. And you probably already know this, because many people have spoken about it before. Forgiveness, the power of forgiving. And like I said, forgiving, you don't have to go up to them and say, oh, I'm really sorry, at all. You just, it's for you. You forgive. I forgive. and just let it go. Doesn't mean you have to be best friends with them. Quite the opposite, really. You don't have to be, when you see them, start ignoring them, being passive aggressive, because you've forgiven them. You just act normal around them. You don't have to be best as friends or anything like that. You know, because if you are sort of being passive aggressive with them, then you basically haven't released it. You haven't forgiven. So move on, as it were. You just, you would be normal around them, but you don't have to be best friends with them, do you? There you go. Not bad. If I had more time, I'd go around and do all these chords. They're really messy, but you know what? What does energy look like? It's messy. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Anyway, these pencils are really cheap. Well, they weren't. I mean, they're cheaper. So, and they're not Prismas. So, Prismas are good pencils actually, but they're very expensive, you know. Oh, I've got some pinks here as well. Look at that, might have been better for the skin, but whatever. Pink dagger, pink assassin. Yeah. And the good thing with these meditations is that whilst you're pondering, you can write a reflection of what came to you down here, and you can also write your start date and the date you finish, because you don't have to finish this all in one sitting. They're designed to actually last about, I mean, most about an hour. Some of them might last a day or so, obviously, because they're a bit more complex, but they're not designed to last you weeks and weeks. The idea is it's a meditational sit-in, and you know, it doesn't last you like a month just to do one picture. That's the idea. Let me turn my colouring thing over and get some different colours. No, I've got grey there as well. I'm just going to go over the line, because you don't have to be, because it's energy, so whatever. Yeah, I'm still sort of rambling, really. Colouring is so relaxing. If you ever feel really, 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 really stressed, you're not going to feel like colouring. But once you start, you'll start relaxing. I'm not always in the mood for colouring, I must say. But once you start colouring, it does start doing its job. But it depends what sort of colouring you're doing. If you're doing like really like a big colouring book, then I wouldn't go in with the goal of trying to finish that whole book, because then you'll just rush through it. Just go in with the intention of relaxing time, you time, and I think it goes a lot better. I'm just picking random colours here, by the way. I haven't got anything sort of set. Yeah, the book, when it comes out, comes with 10 meditations, 10 different meditations, and it also comes with, like I said, with information and my ponderings on it, and you sort of get the idea of how to do them really. Obviously you wouldn't be talking like I'm doing now. You'll be pondering on the meditational topic, in this case cutting cords. You could even get a pen now and write down what chords you think's attached to you. You know, because it's for you. You're not going to be putting it on the internet and showing everyone. So you can start writing down, or you even do it down here, what chords needs to be cut, who do you know, what needs to be forgiven, what needs to be let go, and stuff like that. I could do the background now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Yeah. So now that I've done that, I can sort of ponder the meditation, because I've still got time. Well, I would have time if I wasn't recording, but I am recording, so I haven't really got time. I'll rab it in again. So yeah, that needs to go back. So you sort of just ponder the meditation, and that's how you do it. And that's actually come out really well. And those pencils are really good. They weren't too expensive, so that's always a good thing. I could have used my Prismas. Oh, I told you before, I got the electric sharpener now, so that's really good fun. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I did rub it a little bit. I'm no expert by all means on all these, what's the word I'm looking for, you know, cutting cords, energies and stuff. I just go by what I've learned over the years, and I've always been really interested in the mechanics of how things work. Like with these meditations, I love ripping them apart and learning how they all work and why they work. You know, that's what I like to do. So I find the colouring meditation the best one I've found so far, and believe me, I've done a lot of these, all different kinds of these meditations, and the colouring and the drawing seems to be the best, because it focuses the mind and the brain onto one thing. Where you were sitting there when doing in a traditional meditation, I find that hard to bring the mind in. I know people focus on the breathing and stuff, which is the same principle, but I just find the colouring a lot better and more powerful and easier to achieve than it would be to sit there and focus on my breathing or something. And then once you get into that zone, you know, which is quite quick, once you get into that zone, you start to use that then to release negative energy and stuff. Cut those cords, and in this case cutting cords. There's all different types of meditations you've got in the book, and I'm hoping to bring them out regularly. And I'm hoping actually to get these cards, so you can just get the cards singly, or maybe a PDF file where you can print them onto your own card. That'd be quite good. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a colouring Tuesday video, so a bit of a ramble really. And yeah, anyway, keep up your colouring, and it'd be great for you to take a picture of your colouring and post it in the group and stuff. And if you don't use Facebook, there's a Flickr group which I'm starting to get going. Instagram is always there, isn't it? Instagram, post your Instagram tag and stuff. Yeah, or tag, I think it's Mindfulness Doodles on Instagram, my one. You can tag it with that, and when people do that, it'll all come up. Yeah, I'm not really hot on Instagram, I must say. But yeah, colouring is relaxing and meditational. You're not always going to feel like doing it, so sometimes you've got to force yourself to do it. Take action. That's what I have to do sometimes. I have to really sort of, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And once you start, then, you know, it's a bit like going to work. You don't always want to go to work, but you have to do it. You force yourself to do it. You're taking action. You know, sometimes things things need to be intentional. You need to force yourself to do it, sadly. Anyway, talk again soon, and be good out there. Take care.